Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are playing Resident Evil Requiem. While you're here, just don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really helps the channel grow, and I'm so glad to be back with you. I feel like it's been a while. I've had a lot of life changes going on, so it took me a little while to get this one in, but here we are. First thing I'm going to do is go into the bonus, and I'm going to put on the Apocalypse costumes for both Grace and Leon. I did pre-order the deluxe edition for this, so if you don't have it, don't worry about it. You'll get other outfits. I think that one is a pre-order bonus. I'm leaving the sound the same, but I am changing like the menu sound effects to the old school of Resident Evil sounds. This is all just optional stuff. Here I'm taking a look at the models. These automatically are given to you, but you have to pay for the others using your CP. And if you look here, there are items that you can buy with your CP, but first thing we're going to buy is infinite ammo and the Koketsu knife for Grace. Here, if you go into your options in controls, the dot sight perspective, I am putting that off because we have Grace in first person and Leon in third person, which is the way that the game would like for you to play it. I'm turning the camel wobble down to help me not get nauseated. You want to make sure that for me, you don't have to do this, but I'm making sure that when I aim down sights with Leon, that it's not going to go into the first person perspective. It'll only do that when I have the rifle equipped and I'm using the scope, which is ideally the way you want to do it. I always use a green dot sight because it's much easier for me to see. As you guys already know, I don't have the best vision. So here, I'm changing the color here to green for the reticle. And you do want to make sure, if you don't want Leon aiming down sights in third person with every single weapon, you do need to change that dot perspective. Here you can choose from casual, standard, modern, or standard classic to begin. Insanity mode is not unlocked until you complete the entire game at least once. So here, standard classic is going to be the most difficult. I'm going to start with that. It really, I guess the enemies are a little bit more spongy, but really you just have to have ink ribbons in order for Grace to save. That does not count with Leon because Grace saves at typewriters and Leon saves at computers. So, also I'm going to be skipping all of the cutscenes so that we don't waste any time. We can jump right in. So when you first start out playing, you are playing as Grace. That's why we're in first person. We're walking down this street in Wrenwood, and there are a ton of Easter eggs here. So you can see Dulvey beer from Resident Evil 7. It's sold in this little store here. That guy there, he has the same jacket that Ethan Winters wore. You're going to see a whole bunch of men that are dressed the same way as the Tyrant, with the long trench coat and the same hat. This guy here has the same hat, same trench coat. So you have little nods to those guys. Here you can see the Diego red cigarettes. Those were the ones that Luis smoked in Resident Evil 4. So you have all kinds of little things. If you walk up here, you can find the Wrenwood City Guide. This is file number 1. You want to make sure that you grab that. And if you look in your inventory, file number 2 here, you automatically get this investigation report. It's already in your file. Go through and look at it, look at all of the pictures, and if you see here, there is an 8 scrawled in blood on the wall near this toilet. That's going to be important for the final puzzle, so do keep that in mind. A lot of these names here, if you've played the Outbreak games, Those names are probably going to look familiar. Some of them are supposed to come from there. You can see here that we need 6 files total in Wrenwood. We already have 2. 1 is automatically given to you. So just keep on walking down the street. You can come over here and look at this missing poster, but this does not count as a file. It's just something for you to look at because what we're investigating, a lot of people have been missing. You see Grace looks kind of dirty. That's just because of the apocalypse costume. It looks much more authentic after the first 10 minutes or so. So you'll find yourself in this alleyway. Walk through the alleyway. We're making our way to the Wrenwood Hotel. You get a prompt to crouch and stand up. Here, don't be shocked. There's a crow that flies by. It's supposed to kind of startle you. And these are the only crows that we're going to see, really, in this game. There might be a couple later on, but there's so much going on you really don't notice. And there's like a theme of crows being in every Resident Evil game. So there they are in this one. You'll make your way up here through this door, and we're entering a kitchen area. You'll be prompted to turn on your flashlight. I'm going to use my flashlight for you guys a lot, but really you don't need it as much as you think you do, especially on second and third playthroughs. And just for your information, I've played through this game. This is my 5th playthrough, so I'm very familiar with it. The more familiar you are, the less you're going to need that flashlight. Here you can open up this drawer, but there's never anything in it. I have never gotten any item at all in this drawer. You can also open up the refrigerator, and this also kind of gives you a flashback to Resident Evil 7. When you first start and you open up that refrigerator, it's just completely disgusting. Yeah. So there's nothing of interest in here. When you go to exit, you'll get a cutscene. Walk forward. You can see this is the crime scene. You can take a look at the footprints here. That looks like they've made casts of the footprints. And the claw marks on the table. If you come over this way, you'll get a little jump scare where the wires fall out of the ceiling. And there is a small room back there, janitor room, but you don't need to go back there. There's nothing of interest. So just come over to the pole, grab this picture, flip it around, and you will get the key. This does not count as a file, by the way. You'll get a short cutscene. And then you can walk to the door right near where you found the photo, put the key in the door, and then it will go away. Like you'll see there, it shows key 1 and then it flips to key 0. You just automatically get rid of it. This hallway should look familiar. It was used in a lot of the promotion material for this game by Capcom. It's a beautiful hall with the curtains blowing. It's great. Continue through the hall into this room. And on the floor, you'll find file number 3, the hotel pamphlet. Don't forget to take a look at this because it does count as a file, and we do need to find all of them for a trophy. Now, if you continue around behind the counter, if you come into the back office room behind the counter and go to this desk, open up the drawer, and you're going to find file number 4, the notice of closure. Be sure to grab that before you move on. You have another opportunity to get it if you miss it, but it's better just to get it over with now because things are going to get kind of hectic pretty soon. Make your way up the stairs. Obviously, room 204 is going to be on the 2nd floor. Up here, you'll see this exit door. It is locked. We'll have to get a key for it. Over on the pool table, you'll find the wire cutters. Yeah, the deer head always falls off. Come over to this door, use the wire cutters, and then you'll have no other use for them. They'll exit your inventory on their own. Go down this hallway. Man, this place looks really decrepit, which is awesome. This game is so beautiful. They really put a lot of attention to detail into it. You can come over and open that drawer, but there's never anything in it. Look on the bed and move the camera around to grab a specific photo, and then you're going to be thrown into a flashback. So now you're still Grace, but several years ago, and you're in the hotel with her mom when it was still in
Mom,
use.
wait. Grace.
Just follow her. A lot of this is really just
I'm coming.
following her.
Grace, hurry. Keep moving.
For those of you who played Outbreak, you'll recognize Alyssa. I played Outbreak quite a bit back in the day, both File 1 and File 2. So they did a great job rendering her and making her look very true to the way she looked before, which was very pixely. So this is a much better version. Here, that's really all you do. I skipped all the cutscenes, so no spoilers. You'd really just run and follow Alyssa. And then you're back in the room. So you've just remembered that Alyssa hid something here. I turned off my flashlight so that you could see. When you get close to this door, you'll see someone pass, but you'll never catch him. It doesn't matter. I've tried to catch him. It just doesn't work. She must have sat in that room for a long time because it was daylight when we came in here and now it's dark. So she must have taken a very long trip down memory lane. If you paid attention in the flashback, you will know that Alyssa hid something behind this painting. So go ahead and move the cart over and you'll have a prompt to check behind the painting. Here we have found file number 5. Be sure to open up this journal and look at all of the pages. Even if you don't read them, just scroll through them. And then you have a Mo disc inside of here as well. You OG Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 fans will know exactly what the Mo disc is. Then you have to evade this cop. Just make sure you hold down the X button while you're moving around with the left stick. Because holding down the X button is what gets you unhooked from the cart. You will automatically pick up the exit key. All of this is scripted, so no worries. You can resist, but when she stabs him, it is automatic. There's nothing that you have to do to make it happen. This is basically just kind of, teaching you. See that? It's automatic. You don't have to do anything at all in order for that to play out in the cutscene. After this fight here, you're automatically going to turn around, start running, run up the stairs. We want to go to that emergency door that we saw earlier. I think it's pretty hard for the cop to catch up with you, but just in case, just run. Come up here, use the key, and you will have a cutscene. And that ends our segment with Grace, our introductory segment with Grace. Next, we will be playing as Leon, and you automatically get a file for Leon. It's the report on Victor Gideon. Be sure to look through all of the pages. This is file number 6. You want to look at all the pages. Everything in Wrenwood is taken care of, so everything we do with Leon, you will not have to worry at all about finding files or anything. This is basically just going to be a little training session to show you how Leon's mechanics work, because it is extremely different from Grace's. And please forgive my horrendous aiming here. The last time I played through before this, I was doing the speed run, the under 4 hours, and I had infinite ammo, and I was playing on easy, so I didn't have the aim. So it's absolutely atrocious right now. Just trying to get the hang of it. You'll want to make use of Leon's hatchet. It comes in very handy, and you do have to sharpen it every so often. I went right there looking for an herb because I believe they had one on easy mode, but it is not there right now. So yeah, you should be able to tell which people are zombies and which people are not in this area. Try not to shoot the pedestrians. And for Leon, a lot of these enemies will drop ammo, sometimes health.
Shit.
Unfortunately, I couldn't save that pedestrian. I was too slow, but trust me, it'll get better as we go. It's just coming off of an easy playthrough into the second hardest. Yeah, I should have thought about that before I ended on an easy playthrough with infinite ammo. So here, you see this guy? He's got a weapon, and they pack a pretty good punch if they hit you with it. But he will drop it if you kill him. So pick it up, throw it at another enemy. The first time you do this, you get the "Can I borrow this" trophy for throwing a weapon dropped by an enemy. So 15 minutes in and we've already got one under our belt. You can't avoid these cars. I got hit by them, but you can avoid them. Also, if you get grabbed from the front like that, Leon can use his hatchet to get them off. Here, I grabbed the Requiem, which is like the Magnum, just to get them off of me. You can also do that. You can use your hatchet for a finishing move that instantly beheads them, which is really good for later. Really good for later. It's just that you have to stun them first. Here, man, I am just doing absolutely horrible. I need to get away from these guys, because all you really have to do... I was trying to get a trophy right there, but I missed it. It's okay. I think we're going to get it in video tonight, so no worries. We'll get all the trophies. All you have to do is run down the street, and you'll automatically get this cutscene, and you will earn the Deja Vu trophy for encountering an outbreak in Wrenwood. This is a story-related trophy, and you cannot miss it. Now we are back as Grace in the Chronic Care Center. On the table, as soon as you get control of her, you can find file number 7 on that little table. We don't have a flashlight anymore, so just go down the hall. You'll see that there's kind of a red light over here. Walk over to this switch on the wall, turn it on, and it will turn on a light further down the hallway. There's a room to the right, but we can't enter it just yet. Here, the next room here with the cherubs on it, that is our save room. So anytime you see a door with cherubs, it is a save room for Grace. Pass all that up. We're going to walk over here and grab a key out of this drawer. You're probably hearing the code 6, code 6. Yeah, things are about to get a little crazy. We have the key to open up the save room. So let's go straight over there. And this key is not going to just sit in your inventory. You'll be able to open every cherub door after this. The key is only used this one time. If you open up the closet, you'll find a bottle. We will have to use it. I'm pretty sure I was able to do the section one time without it, but I think it's been patched out. If you come into the closet, you can grab the lighter, and you'll see that we need a tool of some sort to open up that panel. On the little table is an ink ribbon, and on the table is a typewriter. We don't need to save yet. You can if you're scared. I think I did the first time I played, but you really don't need to. Go into this room here and use your lighter to go in. It'll tell you it's too dark to see anything, so it prompts you to use your lighter. You can look at this book, but this book does not count as a file. It is pretty much just a warning. Stay in the light, and you definitely want to stay in the light. There are also some children's drawings here, which are really cute, but they don't count for anything. If you open up this closet, the lamp will fall out. Just put it back and make sure to read the note on the cardboard box right next to the lamp. This is file number 8, so do not miss it. Now we are going to head back the way that we came. If you remember, down this way. If you go to the left, that's our safe room that has lots and lots of light in it. And to the right, we couldn't come here before because it was too dark. This is like the nurse's office. When you come over here, you will open this door and get a cutscene. I'm going to skip it. I'm immediately going to turn around and make a beeline for the nearest safe room. And the girl will follow, but she can't be in the light. It burns her skin. So you always want to make sure that you have a light source, or you can break her line of sight and hide somewhere. So she's gone for now. No worries. I did not put my lighter back on because now it's suddenly not too dark to see anymore. If you come here, you can pick up a med injector on the floor here.
Oh my God.
There's lots of stuff that you can open up and look at. Not everything has something in it. Where I just crawled through right there, we're going to be hiding there in just a couple of minutes, so don't forget about that. You can move this body and open up the drawer to see if there is anything inside. There's an ink ribbon. Let's grab us another one. We'll try and stockpile those. And the tool we need is on the red tool chest, so we're going to have to move this cart. Now, a bunch of stuff is going to fall off of it. Don't worry about that. You have plenty of time. I think here, when the second piece falls off, you'll see the girl pass by. But you have time. Don't panic. Finish moving the cart, climb up on it, grab this, open it up, and get the screwdriver from the outside. From inside. I'm sorry. Turn around, open this. There's an herb inside. And then go and hide underneath this little makeshift table. See, you have just enough time. You have just enough time to get it all before she comes in. Just don't move. Don't draw her attention. Wait for her to move on. Then slowly creep out of the room. You're going to hear her yell. She's not yelling at you. She's just frustrated because she can't find you. So don't panic and start running. Just keep on crawling through. No reason to panic. You'll see her through the window there, but she's not going to see you. And then here, all these windows are covered. I'm going to keep on crawling because she always bursts through that door, and then you'll have to run to the save room. So you can just creep along, run into the save room when she bursts out of that door, and you can come in here. And I cannot remember if it was on Insanity or if it was on regular, but it seems like at that point, once you go into the save room and then she climbs up into the ceiling, that she cuts the power to that room. So that room is no longer safe at that point. That may not happen here. It may only be in Insanity. So here you'll see she fell out of the ceiling over there. Get your bottle ready. Hide in this corner and listen. You can hear her as she approaches, and you want to get ready to throw the bottle down the hallway when you hear her footsteps get close. Sound like her footsteps were close enough, and she will walk right by you to go investigate the sound of that bottle. Now, before the update, when I got it, it had only the very first patch. On that patch, I was able to hide there and I didn't have to waste my bottle. She would just walk by me. But after the second patch, I couldn't do it anymore. I had to use the bottle because she would catch me every single time. So I do recommend using the bottle. Come back into the save room. Use a screwdriver to open up this panel and grab the fuse out of it. There is a large hole above you, so get ready. She's going to come through it. Quick turn. Run. And make sure you turn to the right. Don't go back the way you came. You want to come over here immediately, put the fuse in the fuse box, and then it's a cutscene. We are moving on to Leon in the Chronic Care Center. Right when you start on that wheelchair, after your first playthrough, there is always going to be a tactical tracker there. That's why I turned around. So just in case, when you start your second playthrough, look for a tactical tracker there. I'll go over what that is later. I just wouldn't want you guys to miss it.
It's all very cutting edge.
Because those points really help.
Keeps a low profile due to the sensitive
Just
nature
follow
of the
this
research.
nurse, and when you get into this room, if you just take a minute and look around, you're going to see there are bodies all over the place, and they're all completely covered with sheets as if they're dead. Yeah, you can get ready because this is Resident Evil. Nothing ever stays dead. When she opens the door, you get a cutscene. I do recommend you watch the cutscenes as well. Yeah, so you can see we have way more action when playing as Leon. Be careful, that can really hurt you. And when he drops it, it will spin around on the floor like it's crazy. And you can't pick it up while it's spinning, unfortunately. But the zombies can. So we're going to try to get rid of this guy and not have him kill us with the chainsaw. At some point we'll be able to do it. Okay. Now there are, see, if it spins around and hits you. Oh man, and then, yeah, he got it. So if you leave that room, like I kind of stayed in that room, but you don't have to. There are a couple of other rooms that you can go in. And if you head back to the door where we first came in, there's a set of stairs here. And in this cabinet, you're going to find the mixed green herbs. And then there's a box over here that you can break. If you come here and try to break it beforehand, you can't. And then we have to wait for the door to open to the next room. So you have to take these guys out. And again, like I'm totally sucking on the game. Oh, I think his chainsaw got stuck on the bed, which is really cool that it'll get stuck on the environments. Sometimes that happens too, where the chainsaw will drag the enemy around. Once it stops, grab it. Nice. And there's a door, two doors that will open, but they both lead to the same room. So here, this door is now open. Use your little chainsaw to your heart's content. But once you take out 3 enemies, you'll always get this animation where the chainsaw gets stuck, and then you're forced to drop it and just hope that it doesn't spin around and hurt you. And unfortunately, with so many enemies around, they're constantly trying to grab the chainsaw before you. Alright. I healed up and got my chainsaw back. And we're going to try to get rid of all these guys. Okay, loot anything that you see. You're going to be using a lot of ammunition with Leon, but you are given more than enough as long as you just look around your environment and check every nook and cranny. You're going to be fine. Walk over to this door, and of course, we're going to use the chainsaw to open it up because it would be very inconvenient for us to just have a chainsaw through the whole thing. Although they did do that in Resident Evil 7. You could use your points to get the chainsaw, and oh my god, was it fun. But yeah, we got to break it so we can get rid of it. Follow the path, and when you get to this room, stop and look at the dancing raccoon. Break it and earn the Hunt Begins trophy. And that is for breaking your very first Mr. Raccoon Memoriam. We're going to have to break them all. We need to find every single one in the game. And there are 25 Mr. Raccoons throughout the whole game. So only 24 more to go.
I just hacked into the
This
Center's
is
network.
a very linear path.
Good.
You cannot get
Can you
lost.
find me the floor plan?
I'll see what I can do.
Well, in the meantime,
And
try to track him down.
as you walk through
Keep me
here,
posted.
there isn't
do.
really anything else to do with Leon. We're about to encounter Grace, and of course I am going to skip that cutscene. I do recommend you watch all the cutscenes, though. They're very good. And when we get back to it, we are playing as Grace in the Chronic Care Center, and Leon has given us his Requiem. Unfortunately, it has only 1 bullet in it, so I highly recommend that you save that bullet. Save it. At this point, you should have 8 files, all 6 from Wrenwood, and the first 2 from the Chronic Care Center. But you can always check here. And by the time we leave the Chronic Care Center, we will have all of them. There are quite a few. Probably about half of the files are found in here. Make your way down the stairs. You can stop and take a look at this door. There are 3 indentations, so we're going to be looking for something. That door up there is locked from the other side. We'll go in and lock it a little bit later. And the 2 doors with the little red glowing light on them, it's the east wing and the west wing. We need key cards for those. But don't worry, we're going to be finding it first thing in the next video, I believe. When you come in this room with the cherubs, obviously it is a safe room. Here we have ink ribbon 10s, so you can craft an ink ribbon. Here you can open up your box, and the first time that you do that and store something in it, you get the out of sight, out of mind trophy. And that is for storing an item in the box as Grace. Here I automatically have the Mr. Raccoon charm. I think that is a deluxe edition item, but I am going to equip it. They just give you little boosts, and really you need as much as you can get with Grace. Come over by this computer screen and grab the antique coin. We are going to find, I think there are 21 coins total in the game, but we're going to need quite a few of those as well. Come over to the coffee table and read the Care Center pamphlet. That is file number 9. And then over on the whiteboard, read the message here for file number 10. And if you come down into this room here with the red light over it, I thought it would be later, but I'm actually doing it now. We're going to get a cutscene and automatically obtain the West Wing keycard. That's Emily in that room. We'll be dealing with her later. To make note of the pile of blood on the floor, we don't have what we need for that right now, but it will be important later. Come over to the typewriter. Make sure that you have an ink ribbon with you so that we can make our very first save. And when you do that, when you make your first save, you get the old-fashioned way trophy for saving with an ink ribbon at the typewriter. And with that, we're going to end this video. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and join me back here in part 2 where we'll continue the story. Until then, Khajiit always has wares.